Let's begin. So we begin by listening, hearing our breath. And whether you're working with eyes open or eyes closed, I'm going to play widely as if our breath helps us feel the width of our body. You can set your vision in a way that allows for taking in horizon or the peripheral. Of course, if you're working with eyes open, your visual field gets very soft. Right? There's a softness that comes with taking in more of the horizon. And just as a sidebar, if you're tracking this throughout the day, I find that when there's maybe invasive or discursive thinking, when I have a lot of just mentating and activity, note the size, the focus, the breadth of your visual field. I often notice some degree of contraction of my visual field when there's some invasive thinking or mentating and perseverating on something. So that might be a very soft intervention. You might find a connection there that helps you. Working Surya Bedna. Surya Bedna is nostril breathing in one direction. Let's go into knee pile, or the cross-legged that works, right over left. I'll use the right hand for this side. And when we switch legs, we can switch hands and switch directions. So I'm inhaling through the left, exhaling out the right. No count inhale, so let's just do that. Inhale through the left. We'll switch directly over. Ring finger closes left, right nostril open. Exhale about 10 or so counts. Now again, the thumb closes the right, so we can inhale through the left. Allowing that elbow to relax down, exhaling out the right. Softening the thigh bones, the hip crease. So we'll do 2 more rounds. It's inhaling left, exhaling right. And then we'll switch other hand, other direction, 4 rounds. And you can switch whenever you need to. And if you're working your Surya Bedna with eyes open, again, just keep broadening your visual field, softening and broadening. There might be some connection between visual field, visual clarity, visual depth, breadth, horizon, and how you're hearing your breath, the quality of your breath occurs to you. And when you are done, if you relaxed your hand down, it would just provide a visual cue to me. There is no rush. Good. Seated spinal twist. Let's plant left foot onto earth. This means we'll be twisting to our left. So right elbow can hook around or hook over the the left thigh. Inhale. Telescope the ribs away from the hips. So it helps to feel the breath descend into the sacrum. You can feel that lift, that support. Exhaling, we're turning to our left. And here too, you get to that little bit of edge, that edge of your twist. There's not a need to go further, but feel what happens when we broaden our vision. We allow more of the periphery in. Feel the quality of breath that rides in with that visual field. And exhaling, just feel internally, core deep. Is there more softness? Is there greater containment? What are you feeling internally when you adjust your vision? Release. Inhaling, unwind. We'll switch sides. Just one twist. I've got right over left. The sole of right foot's on the earth. Great. We'll be turning to our right. So moving on exhale, just apply the elbow as a hook or a press. So there's just little glimpse ways, just bookmark ways to help trigger, just to help us get an approximation of softening, openness, that release of body, of kind of relaxing the visual field. And release. When we inhale, let's unwind. Let's do a very brief set of lying on back abdominals. So let us be working a little bit of back traction. So I'll talk us through. Inhale the head and the shoulder blades off the ground. Spreading your breath into the low back. Feel that the low back remains connected to the ground. Now, if you can curl the tailbone, go for it. There's just more intra-abdominal pressure to do that. Exhale the right leg up, the right hand press. So I'm pushing on that thigh, keeping the back on the ground. So tend to that right side a bunch, Brett. Keeping that right side down. It's not a brace, but just contact. And then we'll pull the low belly down. Good. Inhale into that low back as you bend the right knee. A little intra-abdominal pressure, keeping the back down. There's more when I curl the tailbone. Exhale the left leg up, the left hand press. So note, if we got to work yesterday, that hand pressure, note what that does in the abdomen, right? It increases our ability to stabilize down in that low back. Pull low belly down. Inhale, bend that left knee. We'll do 4 more on each side. Okay, so abdominal pressure keeps the back down. Exhaling the right leg up. Keep the back down as you apply hand pressure to leg. Pull low belly down. Inhale, right knee bend. Back stays down. Curling tailbone if you can afford that pressure. Exhale the left leg up. Left hand pressure. Press that thigh. Keep the back down. contacting, pull the low belly down. All right, the last 3 are on our own, so let's do those. As I maintain that back contact with the ground, I'm feeling if there's any difference that I can feel between leg and pelvis. Space, motion, distinction. Following that, if you've already set your feet down, let's turn, setting up for dolphin. So you know in advance we'll be setting up to take one hand away from the ground at a time and possibly one leg. Please remember and know that if you cannot remove one of the elbows from the ground, you can keep your arms down and you can do the leg component with us. All right. So knowing that I'll be taking one hand away, I'm setting forearms out in parallel. That allows me to be able to remove one arm at a time. Soft neck while the toe pads are curled under. Exhale the knees off the ground. Now I can breathe and play as if I was just on the ground, those abdominals. I'm bearing breath into the low back, into the sacrum. There's a bit of that intra-abdominal pressure. This is really important that we learn how to breathe into the pelvis, the back, and the abdomen. So our diaphragm not only helps us breathe, sometimes our diaphragm actually helps structure and support us. So it kind of has this many different functions it plays. So we want to breathe as we're supporting. We want to breathe as we're balancing and navigating uncertainty. Now, if you are taking hand away from ground, let's start with the left. We can start with the left elbow. You can always leave the fingertips near the ground. You can place the left hand behind the back. That's an option. Option 2, right leg reaches back. Set that right foot down. We'll place the left arm down. We'll remove the right elbow, and possibly the right hand. And the other option is raising the left leg. Soften neck. And breathing into that low back. That's what we did the abdominals for, is to help us with the rest of our breathing. There's a really important linkage, a structural linkage between the hip and the shoulder, and it occurs right through that diaphragm area. So there's structural linkage through that diaphragm, hip to shoulder. So we want to use the diaphragm, meaning breathe well, breathe expansively, breathe dynamically. As we're kind of navigating these kind of wiggle moments, these uncertainty moments. There you go. Relax the neck, Marissa. Yeah, one deep breath with that soft neck, feeling that deep breath through the middle of your back. Yeah, that's it. That's it. All right, let's set that leg down. We'll set the knees down, exiting dolphin. Good. Now let's stand on top of our mat. We'll be moving through some suns, and we'll alternate them. So there's the A's, the B's. I'll talk us through. It'll just be 4 total, 2 of each, just so you know. Inhale, draw the arms up. Feet active. Breathing into that mid-back where I know that diaphragm is. Exhale, fold forward, softening the neck. Inhale, step the left foot back for lunge. Breathing into that low back, just like those abdominals. Hands to ground, exhaling, step back. And we lower, belly to earth, setting up for cobra. Shifting the tailbone down, inhale into the abdomen. So you can feel that helping to shift the pelvis as you pull the mid-spine away from the low spine. Exhaling, downward dog. Now, just like our abdominals, feel that breath initiate down in that mid-back, that low back, as you inhale the left foot forward. Setting the right knee down. Hands to ground, exhaling the right foot forward. Now as you exhale, let the fold help almost like press and move, express all that breath out. Relax the neck. Inhale, draw the arms up. Exhaling, hands to heart. Chair pose. Inhale, bend knees, reach the arms up. Exhaling, fold. Let that fold help express or move the breath out and empty. Neck relaxed. Monkey, inhale. Exhaling, step back. You can also jump back, Chaturanga. If you need to stick with cobra for a few more rounds, it's perfectly fine. I'm going to just I want to breathe into my back a little bit. Inhale into the abdomen, top rim of the sacrum. Exhaling, downward dog. Warrior one. Inhaling into the sacrum, the low back, as you softly place that right foot forward. Drawing the arms up. Hands to ground, exhaling, we'll step back and we'll lower. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhaling, downward dog. Inhaling into the low back as you softly step left foot forward. Warrior one. Hands to ground, exhaling, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhaling, downward dog. Inhale, step both feet or jump both feet forward, monkey. Exhaling, fold. Allow the neck to relax. Let the fold help express that breath toward empty. Chair. Inhale, bend knees. And exhaling, stand, hands to heart. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhaling, fold. As the neck softens, the fold helps express the air out. Lunge, inhale, right foot back. Knee down. Hands to ground, exhale, left foot back. Lower. Inhale, upward dog, cobra. We're on the cobra ones. Helping that breath get right under that sacrum. I did a lot of sacral-based breathing, I think, this week. Exhaling, downward dog. Inhale the right foot softly forward in lunge. You can start to appreciate any qualitative shifts in your breathing as we're stepping these feet forward. Hands to ground, exhale, step left foot forward, fold. Inhale, stand, draw the arms up. Exhaling, hands to heart. We got one more. Chair pose. Inhale, exhale, fold. Inhale, monkey. Step the feet back, exhaling, Chaturanga. Inhale into that top rim of sacrum, upward dog. Exhaling, downward dog. Warrior one, inhaling into the sacrum and the low back as you step left foot forward. Hands to ground, exhaling, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhaling, downward dog. Warrior one, inhale the right foot forward. Hands to ground, exhaling, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhaling, downward dog. Neck soft. Inhale, step or lightly jump, feet forward, monkey. Exhaling, fold. Chair pose. Inhale, bend knees, reach arms up, shifting the tailbone just slightly down, just like we would if we're lying on the ground. Putting our back to the ground, stand. Exhaling, hands to heart. Great. Let's get into some stuff. Chair pose. Inhale, bend knees, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold. Monkey. Inhale. Exhaling, Chaturanga. And step or jump the feet back. Wow. Even though I'm working upward dog, I'm going to ensure I'm breathing into the abdomen. So I'm breathing under the low back as I push down through the feet and the hands, pulling the chest forward. Exhaling, downward dog. And here we'll remain for just a couple extra deep Ujjayi breaths. It's perfectly fine if you want to bend the knees to help you explore feeling your breath in the low back. That kind of bearing down quality where breath moves and meets the mid-back, the low back, the sacrum. Breathing in this way provides support, structural support, pressurized support. Right? So our bones, our tissues, our ligaments, so many of them do well under conditions of dynamic breath, motion. Right? Let's inhale the right foot forward, warrior one. Listen to that breath as you step forward. And exhaling, pressing through those legs, those feet. It can be quite gentle, but it's just enough to trigger, to help us catch. I feel my legs. I feel the descent of breath, filling the pelvis and the abdomen and the back. We'll be working archer and archer, like partial archer. Okay, so I'm going to start with the left hand behind the back. Okay, instead of just going straight to archer, which you might be able to do, I'm going to use my right hand to just nudge the left one up. Okay. Now, if your shoulders are giving you a little bit of, they're not quite warm or they're a little bit bothered, you can just maintain this half archer. Or the right hand can reach over the right shoulder, and you can do archer like so. Okay. I press the ground with my feet. As we know, our foot muscles communicate through the hip. We know our hip communicates through our diaphragm into our upper back. So I know it sounds far-fetched to say our foot affects our upper back, but it is true. So you can even explore not just active foot, but getting really nuanced about the pressure and the flex and the sensitivity you get through that left foot. Now you start to get some new foot sensation. Follow up with breath and feel the upper back. Good. Let's do one more while we're in this archer. Let your vision soften and go broad. So have this great foot contact, soft, broad visual field, deep breath. release. Let those arms just hang out for a moment. Pad the left knee, and we'll set it down. I'm letting the foot gently draw my left hand back. So this lunge that behaves like half of a chest opener. So I just want to be clear. I know we grab the foot for many purposes. I'm not pulling the heel close. I'm actually pulling the hand back. If you feel really like you can navigate this bit of balance, you can certainly do that with both hands. Now, when I'm letting my arm get drawn back, I'm feeling for, can I breathe? I'm going to point real close here. Right into this front part of the rib cage. So that as this front of shoulder and chest area releases, this entire arm gets drawn, literally pulled away from the front of my body. And I let breath move into this AC joint, this collarbone, these upper ribs, right in here. That's it, Marissa, that's it. That's it. Let the foot draw the hand breadth. And if you want to, Connie, you can even feel that chest lifting up. The right foot pressure can help that. Yep, yeah. Good, let's release that. Inhale that left foot to the floor. Exhaling Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. I'm actually letting my belly be on the ground so I can breathe into the abdomen, reconfiguring my back, and pushing to the tops of the feet and the hands. Exhaling, downward dog. All right, warrior one. Inhale into the low back. With neck relaxed, step left foot forward. There's just a couple points we're going to hit in this warrior one. The first one is that right foot. Start to play with the contact of the right foot. Remember, our foot is both receptive and perceptive. Okay. There's information, a lot of information from the foot. Okay. So just start to obtain sense information from foot. You might just start to feel pressure. You might start to feel the individual foot bones. You might feel the toe pads lift. You might feel heel pressure, forefoot pressure. You might feel the space where you might have a foot arch. But just start to pick up pressure, sensing, texture, weight. And as I press through that foot, right, inhaling, broad vision. Okay. Half archer or archer. Start with the right hand behind the back. The left hand can assist it up. This could be one place where you work your archer. Or you can reach that left hand over the shoulder to connect. Good. Foot pressure. Broad, soft visual field. Now feel quality of breath. Into the back of the heart, into the upper back. And release, patting the right knee. We're setting up for lunge, half chest opener. So I go right knee down, right hand grab right ankle. So I'm going to turn just to point. Breathe into the backside of the body. So part of why we do all that ground lying abdominal stuff is to train this deeply supportive breath. It's that breath that gets deeply enough into the body and we create this intra-abdominal pressure. This pressure is a type of support. Now, I'm not overinflating a tire. Let's, there's breath. There's that pressurized, gentle support. I'm not trying to distend or blow up a party balloon. It's just breath in the abdomen. I feel this through the back and the mid-back. That all-important linkage from hip to shoulder. That's it, Brett. And you don't even have to, you can even go really gentle with the leg pressure, yeah. Once more, one deep breath more. All right, really, so set that right foot down, inhaling hands to ground. Exhaling Chaturanga. So I'm going to lower, skimming belly to earth, tops of feet on the ground. I'll inhale the belly into the earth, and now I push the chest up from the ground from there. Chaturanga. Exhaling downward dog. Inhaling, step or lightly jump feet forward, monkey. Exhale, fold, softening the neck. And if your fold is only softening the neck, that's perfect. Drawing the belly muscles. Chair pose, inhale, bend knees, reach arms up. And stand, exhaling, hands to heart. All right, let's pause because I want to offer some options. There's 2 options today. And the options are I'm taking I'm taking either one hand or one leg away from the picture. Option 1 is star chakra forearm balance. I'll show you that in a moment. And the other option is dolphin dorsal fin, where one hand grabs one foot. Let me show you them both. If you already know where you're going, feel free. Star chakra forearm balance. I'll be drawing one heel to my butt and one thigh to my chest. If I'm kicking up, this is what it may look like. I go forearms. I go thigh to chest, heel to butt. Tailbone toward the sky. Okay. Now, of course, you have to do both sides. So maybe we work on our ambidextrous kick up. Okay. Let me show you the other option, and I'll talk through the latter, this one. If I'm working dolphin, one arm, one leg up. Okay, this is my right foot that you're seeing up. And I'll carefully reach for it with my left hand. Okay. One of those will likely cover most of us. And there might be one of us who's like, well, I want to do the dolphin, but I can't take a shoulder up. That's fine. We can do dolphin on the wall. You know, we can get creative. So if I can help, just wave at me and we can chat. I'll talk through the dorsal fin. So those of you working forearm balance, you're on your own. I believe in you. All right, dorsal fin. If we step into dolphin with our forearms down, our knees up, we're taking away like opposite sets. So if my right heel moves toward my butt, I'm going to find that foot with my left hand. Now, I may not find that foot. Relaxing the neck. Now, something I neglected to mention, I actually like doing dorsal fin next to a wall. So if I start to feel teetery, I just touch the wall and then I'm right back in the pose. So there's minimal flyaway. There you go. Nice, Brett, nice. Oh, hang on. There you go. Yeah, so if you go with your right foot, it's your left hand, Marissa, that's it. Good. Whoa. Yeah. And it's a very teetery thing. They're both kind of teetery things, so breathing into that mid-back is so good. It's so important. That's it, Marissa, that's it. Yeah, exactly. We'll give it a few moments. If you haven't switched sides, make sure you switch sides. Breathe all the way into that low back, Brett. Mid-back, low back. Great. It looks like there is some degree of conclusion collectively. There's no rush to finish anything. But if you are ready, have a seat, and we'll move into shoelace, right ankle over left knee. Okay, we'll be twisting toward the foot. And this can be done as mildly as right hand. I like to underhook my foot edge just because it shapes my shoulder a certain way. So if I want to go mild, I underhook the outer edge of my foot. If I want to be less mild about it, I can hook my right elbow over the foot. Either way, we're twisting or we're moving toward the right foot, the top foot. Softening through neck. And now is a great time to check in with that breath in the right side diaphragm, the mid-back, all the way through that right hip bone. Right side sacrum. Let yourself exhale these breaths completely. Let this fold and this twist help us get quite empty. Again, you don't have to go further into the twist, but we can play with the dynamic nature of the breath. Inhale, come up from that. We'll change sides. Okay. Some of us will just straight away hook our armpit into our foot, and we love that. Let me just show you a milder version if you love. I'm underhooking the outer edge of my left foot with my left hand. So just a different approach. If you have those tender days where you don't want to twist or be moving so deeply. Broad vision. Even if you're looking down, you can still see the periphery, letting that peripheral information in. Letting the back of the neck soften. And playing with emptying out. I find that if I can decouple the fullness and the emptiness of breath from the depth of the pose itself, I actually find that they're more linked, right? So if I just focus on emptying the breath without thinking it has anything to do with moving further along in the pose, I often get a much different deepening effect. Inhaling, unwind from that twist. Unwind legs. And let's lie back for Savasana. And even though our eyes are closed, we can still adjust as if taking in broadly with the eyes. Taking in broadly our environmental information with our body. And this broadening is just a little tool. It approximates. It can be an intervention. It can approximate an openness of the body, of the mind. That broadening gesture can be an intervention for those moments where we might convene or contract tightly on a subject or an idea or a, right? So it's just a fun way to play with contraction, expansion. So when you're ready, bend knees. We'll turn to a side. And press to seated. Namaste. You're so welcome.